Hey everyone, this is Ryan B with Practical Forex Trading. This is your weekly analysis for gold versus the US dollar. The date is January 12th, 2020. Right now, as you can see on the screen, my sentiment on gold is mixed. And the reason why is because price recently spiked up to 1600, but quickly descended below this resistance line. So let's look at this. About the 1560 mark, right? We've got a resistance zone 1550. That point goes all the way back to 2011 through 2013. We saw a price below this line and then peak on top of it for a couple of years and then drop back below. So we're now testing this very large resistance line. So, if we look recently, we've got our moving averages. This is very bullish, right? 20 on top of our 50 on top of our 200. And we've got this ascending uptrend. Let's zoom out. Now, this is a weekly chart, so this is a pretty significant trend line. You can even drag this down all the way to there. This goes back to the beginning of the millennia. Early 2000s, this very slow sloping uptrend. So, we could ultimately see price pop out the top here. However, I don't know if it's going to be anytime soon. Let's just entertain the thought that maybe price descends into this wedge, right? Where the ascending trend line keeps pushing up, price stays below the 1550 mark, eventually testing it. So that, let's just say that theoretically happened, that could take another 5 or 6 years. Okay, so something to think about. But in the short term, we could see this resistance being tested again. But if resistance hold, then we could see some range trading. So I've written down here we're going to have price and a price wedge, range trading between 1350 and 1600. Now let's go ahead and do a parallel trend line and draw this upward channel. Alright, so parallel trend channels show us trends over time, but it also includes the velocities. Think about it like horizontal support and resistance on an angle. Now, price could stay in this wedge here, moving up in this ascending bullish triangle and pop out the top maybe as soon as 2022, right? So we're still in the weekly chart. Let's go ahead and zoom in on the daily. All right, so this same chart, now we're looking a little bit smaller time frame. We see the daily. Very possible that price could stay above, I don't know, the 1460 mark. We might get another dip down to the 1460, which would be another good buy for gold. If this support holds, let's go ahead and draw another support line. The short term, about 1450. That'd be a good place, right? That's right about where this 200 day moving average would catch up. So even if this at this point, if price descended down to 1480, we'd still be in the uptrend on the daily. But what gold needs to do is break through and a sustained break above this 1600. Now let's just say that things stay on a hyper, there's also this type of, we're very near the top of this trend channel. However, still you're thinking you're at the top of the trend. You never want to buy at the top, and this is a pretty bearish candle that closed below resistance, means there's a lot of sellers there. So that's what I'm going to say. My sentiment is mixed. In the short term, it is very bullish. However, price has a lot to prove before it's actually back on the a bull trend. It's got to break through this 1600 resistance. If and when price does that, we should have a clear sailing up to test old highs at 1900. Now let's go ahead and look at the very, very short term. Let's say you're day trading gold. We've got this trend line kind of ramping up. Okay. I don't like the parallel. So it looks like we could see a decline. We see that the moving averages just went bullish, or bearish, excuse me. Price is on top of the 200 moving average for the hourly. However, we could see resistance kick in here at 1570 and then shoot back down here. So if we see a test of 1570, if that fails, then we could see return down to 1480, which though is honestly not a bad buy in the short term. Or we could see price return all the way down here to this 1450 and still be on the long-term uptrend. So make sure you click that subscribe button in your bottom right corner if you want to hear our gold dollar analysis every week. And have a great day. Good luck trading this week.